Falcons fans, Falcons fans, Falcons fans.
What's good?
You already know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And Falcons Nation, you already know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's your boy, Jack Spade, from One Time for the Fan. And I got my homies with me. Chase 1000 in the building. And Bodie 3000 in the building. Die Hard Atlanta Falcons fans. How y'all doing this fine Sunday evening? Episode 104 here on One Time for the Fan. Bodie, Chase, how's everything going, y'all?
Going good, bro. Can't complain. Another Sunday to speak some Atlanta Falcon football. Been a great week. Wish the rain would go away, but other than that, we chilling.
Rain, go away, as they say. Bodie, am I right?
Yeah, I guess so. It ain't been raining here that much.
It's going to rain later.
Yeah.
Touchdowns. Yeah. As two people here on the podcast become enemies soon. In the battle of war. In our online updated roster, Madden League. 3000 takes on the Jack Spade.
Yeah.
A competition of pure might and strength. With Bodie's team versus the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons fans, I'm glad you are here. Bodie 3000, I'm glad you are here. Chase, I am glad you are here. What is going on, everybody? Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. As we are back talking Falcons football. Not too much has happened since our last podcast here on One Time for the Fan. But, of course, we still find ways to bring content to you all because everybody wants to talk about the Falcons. Everybody. Chase, in the media.
Stay talking about
groups. It doesn't stop. 24/7 in the chat with me and Bodie. In the chat with me, Chase, Bodie, and everybody else. It doesn't stop. Falcons, Falcons, Falcons. So, of course, we're here to talk some Falcons football with you all tonight. Got this Boston-Miami series. Y'all been catching the NBA Eastern and Western Conference Finals? Bodie, you been seeing what's been going on?
Yeah. Been seeing.
I can't hear you, buddy. Say it again.
You clean the earwax out. Did you put your hearing aid in?
Sheesh. Bodie, our beloved Laker fan. What is going on over there in Tinseltown?
Look, we on borrowed time. Like we ain't supposed to be here. So let's just be real. This turnaround, we should get credit for that. We should get credit for being this far.
Yeah.
So everybody's shitting on us. These two above me.
Who?
Not me.
I was in this mug. I was in this motherfucker.
I'm just drinking my water, bro.
Shitting on my Lakers.
My water, bro.
I just go back 2 years ago. We had a ring already. Chilling, I'm still chilling on that.
Falcon fans, feel free to listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you want to listen to us, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, however. One Time for the Fan is out here. But yes, our beloved Laker Nation fan is going through a lot right now. Down 3-0. Is it possible, Bodie, that they can come back and win this series?
If they do, though. If they do,
it'd be it's probably the greatest comeback.
It'd be the greatest comeback in almost sports.
But is it possible, Bodie? Are you a believer?
I am a believer. And I think they believe too. So we shall
Falcon
see.
fans.
History is made every day, every year. So.
If you're watching the NBA Eastern or Western Conference Finals, cheer on whatever team you're cheering on. I mean, it's been some good games so far, even with the situation going on in LA. I mean, Bodie, as a Laker fan, Bodie, we hope you get a chance to, get these wins and celebrate a victory. Because as a fan, you want. I'm saying, as a fan, you want other fans to celebrate their victories.
I wasn't bothering none of you jokers.
There was a lot of jokes in the chat last night over the Laker game. I will say there's a lot of jokes, and it was directed toward Boo Man, who's never here, and Bodie. But at the end of the day, what did we end it with, Chase? A Bijan Robinson tape.
You
know what
got
I'm saying? Some footage about the Falcons. So we talked a little trash here and there about the NBA, but it was about Falcons. So welcome all you diehard Falcon fans.
Posted a picture of Bijan I think he was at the Laker game.
At the Laker game. So we threw the Falcons in the mix too.
Yeah, son. I was like, yeah, Jack, you ironed your shirt real well.
Gosh. One time for the fan.
Proud of you, buddy.
Bodie 3000. Chase 1000. Chat is lit.
Frody is back. I want to see y'all ones, man. Let's see them ones in the chat.
One time. Hashtag one timers. Hashtag the fan club. You got the emojis. Put the ones in the chat. Red Swarm got them up. Let's go to the chat before we talk some Falcons football here. Deshaun said, Soldier Boy off in this. Watch me crank and watch me. Watch me crank and watch me. You already know what it is when Deshaun's in the building, man.
Always.
He's
man.
repping. Kenny's up in the building. He said, "What's up, fellas? It's your boy repping from Alberto country. One time in my Wyclef voice. You already know what it is.
What's good, Kenny?
One time.
Kenny in the chat. Red Swarm. There it is. The ones is here. Say yo. Let's get into it. Falcons flop. You already know what it is.
Already.
Got the one times in the chat. Hashtag one timers. Hashtag the fan club. Lowski's in the building.
Salute.
Hashtag. You already know what it is. Lowski said one time.
One time.
Pamela Johnson, diehard Falcon fan. And trust me, Falcon fans, it's tough for us going a whole week and not talking to y'all. Because Chase, you was talking about the other day, y'all trying to do a pop-up show. I'm trying to talk Falcons football right now. So that's why the Wednesday shows are important. And we're going to get back to the Wednesday shows soon. I know fans really want more content, and it's coming. It's on the way.
The season gets here, man. We'll be able to talk about everything.
There's a little dry spell. There's a little between after the draft and to training camp. It's just gonna be not much going on.
Yeah, right now a lot of players are home with their families. They're resting, they're relaxing. Some is working out too as well to get better. You've seen some of the video of Ritter and of course some of the videos of London too as well. So these guys are out here still doing what they have to do because season does start soon and it's back to business. But this is the moment where they get a chance to relax because when it's go time, it's go time, and there's really no days off when it's go time. So next spot, what? Less than 30 days, you know we get in action.
Yeah. For sure.
We know that.
Mm-hmm.
It's boom time.
I mean,
we know that. And about
2 weeks until the first look. So
first look, we're gonna talk about that too as well, coming up at the Benz, June the 2nd, because that could be your shorts and t-shirts type of practice, your non-padded practice, but it's gonna be a chance for you to see your Bijan. A chance for you to see your Drake London, a chance for you to see your Zach Harrison, which I must say, Bodie, you better block Zach Harrison on Madden because this boy's going crazy. Crazy. So if he's going to show up on Madden like what he's been doing now in my league versus what he's going to do in the Falcons this year, oh, boy. Shout out to Zach Harrison, man. Shout out to Zach Harrison because Chase, he's getting after it. He's getting after it. I like what I see. I mean, I seen the tape at Ohio State. We know about, his play when he played Georgia, but I must say, Zach Harrison's looking pretty good on my roster so far. But Bodie, it's go time in a couple of weeks, man. How you feeling right now? Like you said, it's a dry spell. It's that time where we get a chance to just relax with our families because once the Falcons get going, we're pushing content left and right. We got to get going too. A lot of pop-up shows, Sunday and Wednesday shows, more special guests. How you feeling?
I mean, I'm feeling good going into training camp. Like we got a lot of guys competing. A lot of positions already filled, basically. Just trying to work out a couple spots, but I expect to see Bergeron get his position. Bijan coming in hot with Algier. It's just gonna be a competitive training camp, so I can't wait.
Some people have seen the picture of Tyler Algier and Bijan hanging out together too as well. Shout out to Mud Duck, Todd McClure, and of course Keenan Forney, who came back and kind of mentored and helped Matthew Bergeron a couple weeks ago too as well because they transitioned to guard. So Falcon fans feel good that behind the scenes they are working.
Yeah,
just feel good about that. And there's really no days off with some of our players. We know Grady's working. I can tell you right now, I guarantee you D'Angelo Malone is working. I know that for a fact. You feel what I'm saying? So there's some players out there we know is up in their game, getting ready to hit this field and take this team to the next level. As a Falcon fan, you have to feel good about that. LaMarcus Boyd is in the chat. LaMarcus Boyd, Rise Up Tour representative, ambassador for our Arizona game for the Falcon fans that's heading out there. If you're not a part of the Rise Up Tour, please be a part of the Rise Up Tour. We have moved to our membership base now, which I must say is doing very well. So shout out to the fans who's been purchasing the $20 basic membership or the $40 premium membership. So shout out to them. LaMarcus Boyd, we just talked for about an hour a couple of minutes ago about Arizona. So we was putting together, some itinerary and some things to do for fans when they come out there to that area. So shout out to LaMarcus Boyd checking in here on One Time for the Fans. Say we got rain yesterday in Arizona. Doesn't really happen too much. Hopefully for that game we won't get no rain because I love it when it's sunny out there in AC, man. Love it.
Oh man.
Matthew Bass is in the chat. He said,
Rise
up,
good, Matthew.
Rise up, sir.
One Time for the Fan. Lyrics Mom's in the chat. He said, hey y'all, how y'all?
I'm good, Kier.
I'm doing great. How are you?
Homies in the chat. Thomas Scott from the Rise Up Tour. He said, rise up, boys.
Rise up.
Man, you already know, man. Welcome.
Diehard Atlanta Falcons fan. Lyrics Mom's back. She said, the refs got y'all there. Yeah.
Sheesh. Come on, Kier.
Damn, not the Laker Nation. That's tough. That is tough. Hey, you guys know somebody named Owen? Owen 3? Lisa Shepard's in the chat. Bijan was at LA game 3, kicking it with Adele, Quavo, and Denzel Washington. Let me tell you something.
Steer.
That's a hell of a group.
Bijan's a rookie, Chase.
Yeah.
But his contact list is
up there.
Is up there.
Yeah,
I saw the picture with Odell. He's taking cheek-to-cheek pictures with Odell. I'm like, it's over here like this. Look at you, Bijan. Look at that. Is it the braid hawk? Is that what they're doing? Is that what's going on? Everybody's feeling the braid hawk? Is that what's going on?
I mean the dread hawk, but yeah, I heard that they love that mustard. So
the mustard is going crazy. Somebody posted on the comments the other day. I think it was Diane, diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. She said, "The mustard is amazing. We must try it here on One Time for the Fan. We must try the mustard. What's it called? What is it called?
Bijan. I don't know, something mustard.
Bijan.
Chase, didn't you work there? You don't have a shirt or anything laying around, Bodie? What's it called?
I forgot.
Can we get the name of Bijan's mustard in the chat?
All I know is I tried to get some and it was sold out. So
it was sold out.
That's what's up.
Shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
folks not playing.
It's not at Publix and like Food Depot.
No.
Bijan
got it online. What you got, Chase?
Bijan Mustardson.
Bijan Mustardson.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we slapping that Bijan Mustardson on the burgers this year. I was gonna ask Boo Man if he's gonna put on his glizzy. Normally he doesn't eat it without a bun either. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Jeff Wolf is up in here. He said participation trophy for the Lakers.
Sheesh.
Well.
Get on that
24 hours
later.
I know you want to. Shit. Thomas Scott's here.
This show is a family show.
It sure is. When I hit clean on the title, but I don't. Thomas Scott.
That then.
God.
No, we champions.
Scott.
It's not over. Lakers and 7.
Count out the king. A believer. We have
Lakers and 7.
Ravager said, "Rise up." What's good, fam?
What's good,
Ravager?
Drake, good to see you in the chat here. He said, "What's going on, fellas?" And all one-timers. # the fan club. You already know
what's going on, Dre. Lakers and 7.
Sheesh.
TG's in the chat. He said, "Bird gang."
Bird gang.
The one-timers are here. Sullivan's here. He said, "We back in it."
What's good, Sullivan?
Sullivan shot to Sullivan. He said, "What's good, fam?"
What's good?
Not the
Falcon
day.
fans. Bring your questions, bring your comments here to the chat. You know we love reading it on the screen. We got some things to talk about tonight. We do have topics. We always have topics. But hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. We're almost at 400 subscribers. We're like right there. We're like 2, 3, 4 away. So
hit that sub.
Call your cousin. Say, look, hey, cuz, you a Falcon fan? All right, bet. One time for the fans on right now. Check this out. Bam. Here goes the link. Bam. They're like really cool diehard.
For real.
Kenny's in the chat. He said, yo, y'all seen our boy Bijan Robinson chilling with celebrities like Denzel and Adele? Boy's a superstar. He hasn't even touched the field yet. That's what we were just saying. Bijan is becoming that fan favorite for a lot of fans already. And for people here in the city, man, the man sitting courtside at the Laker game.
Just wait till he touches the field.
Y'all seen that top 10 chain he had on too?
Real.
You seen the top 10 chain he had on? I was like,
mature as hell for his age, man. Bijan's an athlete. He's professional. You know that.
It goes to the interviews, the scout process that Terry was talking about. What goes on behind the scenes that you do not know?
Exactly, and that's why we didn't.
Bodie, go ahead.
I would say that's why we did our due diligence on Jalen Carter and Bijan. Bijan rose to the top for us. You know, we want a certain character in here, but you know that. Along the lines of he was a home run hitter and he'd take the top off your defense.
Yes, sir.
You know, so that's all I'm saying. You know, everybody, you know, I'm just glad everybody came around to knowing that yes, he's the right pick for this franchise.
Falcon fans, if you're looking at this team this year,
I said it early though.
Yeah, Pamela Johnson said it first.
She did. She damn sure did. Shout out Pamela Johnson.
I had to give a big shout out to Pamela Johnson. Anytime Bijan Robinson, as soon as Bijan scores this year, I'm gonna say, "Goddamn Pamela Johnson!" Right on the money every time. Mm-hmm. Pamela Johnson, diehard Falcon fan here in the chat, who's been calling Bijan Robinson since day one. Before I want to say before the season ended.
I'm damn near right before the season ended.
She was pretty sure.
Yeah, she was
pretty sure.
It's good to have fans like Pamela Johnson.
She had the right idea. She had the right idea. Yep.
Diehard Atlanta Falcon fan and RiseUp Tour admin Diana's in the chat. She said the mustard is awesome.
I have to get some on back order or something. See what it takes to get this thing.
I'm not even the biggest mustard guy, but I will try it for sure.
Is it just like a burger type of thing, or is it more like you're gonna use it for your sandwiches?
Is it a Dijon mustard?
Like, that's what I'm thinking. It's like a Dijon or something.
I think it's a Dijon mustard.
Yeah. That's your pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh. Somebody just texted me about the Hawks.
Shit. Oh, you mean that team that went home in April? Sheesh. Yeah, because my team's still playing right now. I don't care if we down 0-6.
Carrie's in the chat. What's up, Falcons fam? Hope everything is doing well. You know we're doing good. Premier League champion you. Carrie. Go Man City. Let's go Blues. Diehard Falcons fan. False start Falcons in the building. Falcon fans, it's too much going on. We haven't even got to our topics yet. The chat is going crazy. Let's go ahead and get straight to it, Chase. You ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah, because we got 1 hour.
Sheesh. Who's hating on Ritter?
Who ain't hating on Ritter?
Everybody.
People still hating on Ritter. Chase, you shared some news with us recently. Sorry. From Chris Sims.
Get off the Tito's.
Sheesh.
And the
Chris, go ahead, Bodie. Go ahead. We ratted on the Lakers earlier, so you got your couple minutes. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. You got all show for me. Go ahead.
Okay. Chris Sims, Chase. He put out something recently, and I think it was just the first 4 or 5 names on his list of the top 40 quarterbacks that he's going over this season. And you're expecting to see, some change up after seeing a roster, the draft, certain things, because you heard about the bullshit before the draft. And now after the draft, still here. You're building this chip on this quarterback's shoulder even bigger now. He has Desmond Ritter at number 40. He has Sam Howell at 39, Bryce Young at 38, CJ Stroud at 37, and Anthony Richardson at 36. I would have felt more better if you would at least put him at 36.
You got to put him above. I think you got to put him above somebody that hasn't even had an NFL snap.
You can't do this, Chris Sims. This is wrong.
The disrespect is crazy.
Chase, Bodie, why is it that even still at this time, getting ready to go to camp, seeing the teams on paper, seeing the improvements on both sides of the ball for the Falcons through the draft and the offseason, why is the hate for Ritter just still there?
Because we didn't sign Lamar Jackson. That's just the bottom line to it. I don't see how you rank him below rookies that hasn't, even had a snap. This is a kid that came out and showed progression every game, his last 4 games in the season. So you can go back to Myles Garrett's post and talk about Jordan Love and all these other quarterbacks that you have ranked higher than Ritter that hasn't even had the helms of a starting offense. So when I talk about Ritter and all the disrespect that Ritter's getting, you just think back to his college. He's the 3rd most winningest quarterback in college history. I don't know how you knock a guy that, you know what I'm saying? He played for a smaller college, but he's a guy with talent. He's a leader. He's a very mature guy. He's already got a family at 8, younger than 25. The man's doing his thing. So, yeah, I'm behind Ritter 100%, and I'm going to let the haters hate and see what Ritter's got on his sleeves this shoulder.
Shout out to Clayton in the chat. Bodie, what's going on? Chase now putting his opinion out there that it's probably because of the Lamar Jackson situation. I think some of it possibly has to do a little bit with the Lamar Jackson situation. A lot of the media was in on that topic when it was happening. Like, you can't be serious with Ritter. You really can't be serious. Mm-hmm. The Rich Eisen report that we heard that came out around close to the draft or combine where nobody's high on Desmond Ritter. Nobody's talking about him.
Rich Eisen said there's no buzz on Ritter at the combine. That's his words. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just want to know from your standpoint, what is it? Why is the hate for Ritter there when us Falcon fans see that this team is much better than last season? And I think that we can get over the hump this year with the improvements that we made. Why still the hate for Ritter? He's the one leading the team right now.
You know why? Because Anthony Richardson is a highly touted prospect, top draft pick, first rounder. All these other guys are more touted and more physical, more bigger arms.
Through the media or through what they did in college, though? Because it seems like the media is giving more of the
media.
The boost here. Even next year, they're boosting up 2 quarterbacks right now who haven't even touched the field in college. Who said they're going to be top 5 picks?
That's what I'm saying. The media is boosting up the touted prospects, the more highly touted prospects. Ritter's old 3rd round draft pick, afterthought. Okay, he got some play because Mariota was ass. Okay, so he stepped in and he didn't wow anybody. He got to come in and throw for freaking 6 touchdowns a game and 400 or 500 yards for somebody to even sniff at him. Mm-hmm. He came in. He threw 1 or 2. He threw a touchdown in the last game, right?
Yeah.
Like he didn't throw any. He didn't throw no picks. Yeah, but that's the thing. The media is all for the wow factor. That's what we're here. That's what everybody's here for. They don't want to hear about lowly old 3rd round pick Desmond Ritter. You know what I'm saying? They probably already in their mind. They think that if Richardson starts this season, he's going to do better than Desmond Ritter. But I mean, that's subjective. Everybody's got their own opinion. I ain't worried about that shit. That's the thing. Everybody just got to see this guy play. You just got to let it play out, see how he plays. And we'll see who's the better quarterback because everybody's wrong every year. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of them shitting on Ritter and ain't even gave him a fair shot, even though they got, like you said, rookies rated above him that ain't even snapped the ball. Ain't even freaking went through a training camp in the NFL yet. So it's just the wow factor. Like everybody wants the wow factor. Ritter's arm isn't strong, or the strongest, I'll say. He doesn't have the strongest arm. He's not the biggest guy. He's not, he doesn't have all of those physical attributes that people love in quarterbacks. That's my opinion of why I think that people they're not on Ritter unless you live in Atlanta or Georgia.
Is the media even higher on Will Levis than Desmond Ritter right now?
That would be crazy. Yeah, is he rated? So. He's rated higher than Ritter.
He's not 40, and 40 was the last, so he's definitely probably up there on Chris Sims' list. And Chris Sims only put the first 5 quarterbacks on his list.
He's got Will Levis rated higher, but I know that
crazy.
That means Levis is somewhere between 35 and 1.
I don't think he's rated higher, but I think if he does, then that would be a travesty. That'd be crazy.
Sam Howell. He has Sam Howell over Ritter.
Yeah, please.
That's the embarrassing part right there. And for Falcons fans, you heard what
I don't even know what Sam Howell does well.
You heard what Bodie said. You heard what Chase said. And that's for me as a Falcon fan. Don't pay too much attention to some of this media that you don't see 24/7 here in Atlanta. talking about the Falcons, especially in a negative way, because a lot of them just get notes and, whatever. They'll text somebody in Atlanta and get some information, but their time is not spent covering the Falcons 24/7, like a Myles Garrett, who we've brought here on this podcast a lot, like a Torrey McElhaney, who we've talked about here on the podcast too as well. The young lady Kelly from Fox 5, some real diehard reporters who do a good job with, reporting for the Atlanta Falcons. I think Michael Rothstein's another one too as well. So, and D-Led, some people will say, oh God, not D-Led. But D-Led has been around the Falcons organization for a while. So that's why even with the Lamar news, you didn't hear it from nobody in that camp. So I couldn't believe it. I was like, well, nobody's talking about it in our camp. How is that possible? A lot of the outside, the Atlanta, Georgia, area, they don't focus on the Falcons like that. It's just one of their 32 teams they got to put notes down about. Mm-hmm. But most of the time, they're covering a main team. You know what I'm saying? So I don't pay too much attention to that. The hype, not the hype, the hate right now for Ridder is coming from a lot of directions. I know Ridder hears it. He's not a social media guy. So he's not going to respond on Twitter or social media. He's going to respond on the field. And that's what we have to be prepared for. I think we saw the pictures and the video. Some of y'all was like, wait a minute, is that Ridder? That's Ridder 2.0? The boy, he's been in the weight room. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's been in the weight room, and that's what you want. You want a bigger, better, faster Ridder, more athletic from what you saw last year. He has to be more durable too as well. He has to get around this field because he's really controlled his offense from week 1 to the end of the season. And it could be beyond. And we want that to happen. We want good things to happen here in Atlanta. But the hate for Ridder is just through the roof. And I thought it was quieting down just a little bit, but no. Chris Sims brought it back up with this post because he works for the NFL media. He works for the, CBS, this big company. And of course, a lot of people's going to see his post and say, look at that. Chris Sims put Ridder at 40. Get him off your fantasy list. Don't start him. Don't even worry about the Falcons because Ridder's leading the group. No, Falcon fans here in Atlanta kind of think differently. This team is set up to win. This team is set up to win now. And it goes into our next topic because if you're looking at the team on paper, Chase Bodie, and if you're looking at what we talked about recently with CBS mentioning that we'll be going 10-7. Is that what CBS said?
Yeah, I believe that's what it was.
I saw another one that said we'll be going 12-5. So I wasn't seeing this in the past.
Well, you see
that. Past couple years, been seeing a lot of negatives, right, Bodie? Vegas going against us, our own journalists going against us.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
And now with these improvements that we've made, the first on paper prediction came out where it was 10-7. I think it was NFL or CBS. CBS. And then we saw another one that was 12-5. I believe that was D-Led. That was pretty big too as well. I saw another one on NFL on Fox that said I think it was 10-7 too as well. And then you going over this young man, Nick Penikoff, who simulated the Falcons season on the PFF simulator. A lot of Falcon fans listen to a lot of the PFF broadcasts and journalists and people that work over there because they do a good job with stats and numbers. But Nick simulated the Falcons season, Bodie, and had the Falcons finishing 11-6 with Desmond Ridder throwing for 5,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, rushing for 500 yards, Kyle Pitts having an 1,100-yard season, Drake London going for over a stack. This is the PFF simulator.
Shit.
So I'm just putting it out there that,
it's a dream.
That's they got a dream on best case scenario.
If I'm just saying, the man tweeted it. He said, "I simulated the Falcons season."
If he throws for 5,000 yards, we're winning more than 11 games.
Vegas has us at what? 7?
13-4.
No, they changed it because I think they said 7.5 was the over-under.
I'm just saying, like if he throws for 5,000 yards, we win in like 13 games.
The simulator might be off a couple of games, because 11-6 with 5,000 yards, 40 touchdowns. No way. No way. That means other teams are running up the scoreboard. That means you're winning the game, 42, 43? No, it's not happening. No, not with this defense. You throwing for 40 plus. You throwing for 40 touchdowns. You're not going to let it.
That's MVP season.
Damn near shit.
That'd be crazy. Ridder come out and win MVP next year.
Sheesh. Falcons fans.
5,000 yards.
I'm just saying. That's tough. 5,000 yards. I mean,
shit, ain't too many folks through for 5,000 fucking yards.
Do you can you imagine the end of the year Ritter's going to like week 16 with like 4,500 yards, 35 touchdowns, bro? Every time the national media just go crazy.
Yeah. Oh,
they gonna
hit Ritter with the sorry, I wasn't familiar with the game.
Yeah.
But just going off of something that they just put out there, because it's something, he's a journalist. He put this out. It gets a bunch of tweets. It gets a bunch of retweets and likes. We talk about it here on the show. Look what he said. He said, Bijan Robinson has 1,000 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns, and 81 receiving yards. 81 receiving yards. Oh, no, 818 receiving yards.
800. Okay, I'm going to say, yeah.
Bijan,
goddamn.
That's crazy.
You
got
like
3 players over a stack?
It's the greatest show on turf. Part 3.
Falcon fans, this is why we get to talking about some of these things, because this is the content that builds until they hit the field of what if it could happen? What if Desmond Ridder throws for 5,000 yards this year? I'm just don't inbox me and stop bashing me. I'm saying, what if he can throw?
There's some folks cutting the show off right now.
These guys, I've been telling you about these guys. Look, these they gonna throw for 10,000 yards. Look at that one in the red shirt.
Yeah, look at him.
And that one keep changing his hair up. You think he got all the money down there? Look at it. I'm just saying, it feels good as a Falcon fan to know that. Chat, talk to me. Chase, Bodie, talk to me. We haven't felt these predictions in a while.
No, it's been at least 4 years.
10-7 and 13 is what?
I wonder what the PFF predictions were for last year. Can anybody?
It had to be less than 7 games. Everybody was against us. The roster was. Remember they said about the roster? No way the Falcons can win with this roster. No way.
Falcons PFF prediction.
Simulator.
What is it? Simulator.
Yeah.
PFF simulator. Let's see if we can get that. Chat is going crazy. Keith Brown, Clayton's in the chat. Diane's in the chat. Pamela Johnson's in the chat. Kevin Solomon is in the chat. He said, one time for the fan. What's up, fellas? Do y'all think the Falcons offense will set a new trend, especially with dynamic players playing positionless positions? We'll talk about that in just a second here. Kevin, go ahead, buddy. What you got?
No, I'm laughing at the first thing that pulled up on damn Google when I typed in the PFF simulator. This shit said 2022 NFL mock draft. Atlanta Falcons take Malik Willis at 8 overall.
Sheesh.
Going back in time.
What a buzz.
Ew. Yeah.
As you're searching that, Chase,
my
Bodie,
eyes hurt.
Let's get to Kevin here because we love talking to the chat. We got another topic coming up here. He said, do you think the Falcons offense will set a new trend, especially with dynamic players playing positionless positions? I think for the offense, and this is from talking to somebody who covers the Falcons recently, right? And I randomly saw this individual and I started talking to them. I think it was Mike Conti. Seeing how this offense is going to look this season with the addition of Bijan Robinson, with what Tyler did last year, with Pitts coming back healthy, with now Desmond Ridder fully under center, even with the addition of Matt Collins and Scotty Miller. I think most teams are looking at the NFL like this is a pass-first league. How is the Falcons going to be able to run the ball like this in a pass-first league? Arthur Smith has a plan. Bijan Robinson pick was not only in there for him to run the ball, it was for him to stretch the field and passing yards and receiving yards too as well. Who knows where Bijan's going to line up on the field week 1 against the Panthers? But he's going to be used in that offense well more than 75% of that time. So the new trend may be run the ball first. Look what the Falcons are doing. It worked for them last year with Tyler and a CP who wasn't 100% going to the end of the year. But this year, you have Bijan Robinson in there. I must say the speed and the elusiveness of Scotty Miller that some people are not paying attention to.
Oh, man, Scotty can be a beast.
Scotty can take the top off of a defense randomly when you're not expecting it because you're so focused on that run. So what is the new trend? Is the new trend to run the ball in the NFL? Is the new offense to be a run-first offense? I think Arthur Smith just wants to know that he's putting weapons around his second-year quarterback to protect him. You have a guy like Bijan who can get about 5 or 6 on the ground, and a guy like Tyler who can give you about 4 or 5 on the ground. Then you got CP who can give you 3 or 4 on the ground. I'm giving you first downs right there. We haven't even thrown the ball yet. We haven't even thrown the ball. Most teams step up in the box. How do we contain this? And I'm telling you, players on the field, they're gonna watch Bijan like he is not a rookie, like he's a second, third, fourth year guy in the league.
Yeah.
Look at his tape. He knows what he's doing out there on the field. This kid is, I'm heavy on Bijan now. This kid is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And put into this offense that for a lot of teams last season had a problem stopping our run game. And we had Mariota, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
This offense is going to be explosive. I don't know if it's just a new trend there. I just see them being a run-first team in a pass-heavy league. But I also see that with that run-first team, you have a guy you just added that can take the top off of a defense from running or catching or receiving. So that's a nice little piece you just picked up on offense. Chase, is the Falcons going to be the new trend? Is this offense, trending in the NFL? Are teams looking at it like, oh, Falcons just another team, don't even worry about them? Or is it we looking at something different here?
Man, I look at it from day one since Terry stepped in the building. This is your first official season to see what Terry and Arthur Smith have been breaking down since they signed the official contract. This is the first offseason where you had some cash to actually go get some players. If you really think about it and you look at it, everybody remembers Matt Ryan's MVP season. All the checkdowns, the two-headed monster we had in the backfield. Other than Julio, you had Sanu, but what other big target receiver did you have? You think about Drake London and Kyle Pitts. So I wouldn't really say it's a new trend. I'd say it's all about what type of style and weaponry fits your style of play. Smith's a big run-heavy offensive coordinator. He did it in Tennessee. He did it last year with us. We was top 5 in running for at least the whole season. So when you look at what we did last year and you look at the addition with Bijan, we were projected to win 2 games last year, people. We won 7. So when you look at it like that, your team's only getting better with all the offseason free agency signings with Calais Campbell, Bud Dupree, all these big names we brought in. I really think this is the ceiling. I think this is the year that we sneak into the playoffs and possibly take this thing deep. So when you say as a new trend, I wouldn't really say a new trend. I would say this is Arthur Smith's offense.
Bodie, Kevin Solomon here asked a question, a nice question too. Shout out to Kevin Solomon. We're going to see an explosive offense that Arthur Smith been wanting for quite some time now. I think it's like Terry said, took us 2 years to get where we are right now.
Yep.
And you're hearing that, you're seeing the team, and you're looking at the picks and the draft and the offseason, you're like, bro, this shit is about to be crazy. Bodie, your thoughts on just the offense, the team? Are we setting a new trend here, especially on offense? Because that's where the question is directed. But are we setting a new trend here?
If anything, it'll be more of an old trend. Running the ball is an old thing. It's classic. You think of ground and pound, you think of them old ass NFL teams, those old TJ Duckett,
Sean Alexander, the Jerome Bettis days.
All that.
LT.
I'm going back. AP. Exactly. Yeah, you thinking of those teams. Like I guess it'll be an old new trend if you want to say it that way. But this will be a passing league as long as Mahomes is at the head of it. And every team will try to simulate. Most teams will try to simulate that. Coach Arthur Smith is in his own league because you see what he did with the Titans. He ran them to the playoffs so many years, and he's gonna try to do the same thing for us. And it'll work. It's worked. The Titans went deep in the playoffs, they made noise. Exactly. So, it can work. It could be a trend. Let's see how it goes. But the Titans been doing it for a while. But I see a lot of the teams just trying to sling it. They're trying to Joe Burrow it. They're trying to Mahomes it. They're trying to Josh Allen it. They're trying to sling it. All those teams throw it. So you got to be able to throw it a little bit. I tell you that. We're gonna be a mostly running team, but he's gonna have to throw it a little bit. So,
which is why we talked about this on the podcast for some weeks now. Ritter doesn't have to do too much with the way that this team is kind of set up. Right. Ritter can give you a playoff shot, Falcon fans, and he's only getting 3,700 yards in the season. 26, 27 touchdowns, 11, 12 interceptions. Possible. Bijan's going to eat. Tyler's going to eat. Pitts is going to eat. CP's going to eat. London's going to eat. The team is going to look like the team that you wanted these past 6 years. But the first thing is getting over the hump of having a losing record. That's number one.
Yeah.
Really getting over two things in game one. Getting over that losing record and winning at home week one in the Benz.
It's a must.
Yeah, we got to win that.
Just putting it out there. Shout out to Kevin Solomon, too, as well. We love when Falcons fans bring questions, comments to the chat because we always read it on the screen and then we take some time to talk about it. Out of your Falcon Mind, another diehard podcast out here. He said, my guys, what's cracking on this great Sunday night? Let Chris Sims and all the other haters keep talking. I'm sure Dez is taking notes. We damn sure are.
Thanks.
Another Falcon content creator out here who's doing the same thing that we doing, looking at what the media talking about and coming over here on our podcast and talking about it. Got a little bit of turn to Dan Quinn there for a minute there. I didn't know what was going on. I had to
All right.
get that out.
Yeah, drink some water.
Going on?
Yeah. I mean, it's just gonna be the hate. Okay, they're gonna hate until they see it. All right, and then when they see it, they're gonna be like, and he plays bad. They're gonna be like, yeah, see, we told you that's just the type of shit that it is what it is. But I guarantee you, this team won't be. He won't play as bad as they think he will. Okay, it's gonna be he like you said. What did you said that Chase? You said it. I think they said it on Out of Your Falcon Mind. Mike did.
Yeah,
he would have
Ritter would absolutely have to fuck it up.
Shit on the field. You have to finkel matter all over the field to just fuck this shit up. You got to be one terrible motherfucker. They got to be able to throw your ass out after week 2 for you to fuck this shit up. So I mean, he's smart. Our guy is smart. Yeah, backup quarterback. Yeah, he is. He was a career backup. Nobody pays attention to Chris Sims.
Falcon fans are so lit when everybody goes at Ritter. I love it when Falcon fans are sticking up for their team.
Yeah. That's my quarterback. We need to get gifts down here so we can see a crying T.O.
Because we're going to do a Felipe Franks and Jalen Mayfield segment coming up, and we want everybody wearing their Mayfield and Franks jerseys. Keith Brown is here in the chat.
Are we?
So definitely. Yeah, Bodie. What happened?
Threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Keith Brown's in the chat. The commander. Definitely an insult. Desmond is supposed to be given a higher ranking. He's an interception-free quarterback. Go ATL Falcons. The commander's here in the chat. Keith Brown. Terrell Johnson's here. He said, let's go, Ritter. I believe.
Yes, sir.
I believe, too.
TG is here. Shout out to TG in the chat. It's like we forgot good quarterbacks can be developed.
Thank you. Thank you, bro.
TG, you have to remember, and this goes off of, not to put in an example like kind of like the fans, but no, I'm saying it like this. We had Matt Ryan for so long. We don't know what a rookie quarterback kind of feels like anymore, or a second-year quarterback.
Yeah.
Haven't been in that position. We had Matt Ryan for all those years. Now you get a guy who had success in college, who came out the third round, who was being developed under a guy who pretty much left us in the middle of last season. And then you got a chance for him to start now. You brought in a solid backup, but fans are trying to overlook that. Like, well, he didn't play last year. He didn't start last year, so get him out of here. No, Falcon fans, the organization believes in Desmond Ritter. And we were saying it last year. Some of that art they was putting out in their pictures, the social media pictures, the hype when he got drafted, staying in the dorms with Drake London, and the connection he had with Tyler Algier going up later in the year. And I kept saying that Desmond Ritter is going to be a franchise quarterback here. Kept putting it out there.
He's going to at least get a chance to be that.
That's the first step now. When Matt was drafted, we knew he was the franchise quarterback.
You see what happened to Tannehill? I'll go back to Tennessee again. Tannehill was a castaway. The Dolphins got rid of him. Get rid of this motherfucker. Get him out of here. And he went to Tennessee, and he thought he got in the system, and he got good. I mean, he became a serviceable quarterback for many years. So why not?
Good, Dave.
Look who it is.
Dave.
What's up, boy, Dave?
That was good, Dave.
Shout out to Dave in the chat. Dave, man, you a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan who was in the chat rocking with us since last year's draft. I don't know, Dave. What was it? When the last time we spoke today? Week 2? Week 1?
It's been a minute.
Man, what, Dave? Shout out to you, man. Welcome back here on One Time for the Fan podcast, man. Glad to have you in the chat, man. What's up to you, brother? What we got over here? Has anyone heard about any updates on Kyle Pitts?
He working.
Alejandro Duncan is in
He
the
working.
chat. Kyle Pitts seems to be good for me. I see him
on his Instagram. He's doing his therapy, doing what he's got to do to get right for the season. I believe he's ready to go. Be ready to see him on the field. That's for sure.
Over the time period of when he was injured to where it was now, recently I did see him this year, and he was walking. He didn't have no crutches, didn't have no normal, just normal Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
So we hope that, of course, camp's coming up. I don't think they're going to throw him out 100% into the first day of camp, and I don't even think for preseason they're going to give him first day 100% either.
No.
So don't be expecting, Pitt's finna go ham on the Dolphins today. No, he is not. Pitt's going to run a couple of routes to see how things are looking. And then we're going to take it back to the sideline, and we'll talk to y'all next week on the next episode of One Time for the Fan.
Yes. Only thing I expect him to be ready week 1.
I don't see him going. I don't see him going the full half even on week 3 against the Steelers. I don't see it. I don't. I think you put him out on the field for a couple snaps, maybe in the first quarter. Counts maybe less than 10, and you get him out of there, and you get him ready for week 1. Pitts knows his assignment. He knows what he has to do.
Yeah.
But it's good to know that we have a Kyle Pitts on our team, because it's possible with a phenomenal season coming up, the Falcons, eventually go into that contract and say, we're going to make Pitts the highest tight end in the league, highest paid tight end.
The only way to do that is make him number 1 targeted.
Yeah. Get that man the ball.
I feel like Desmond Ridder's going to you have weapons around you. Remember the connection with him and Drake going on last season? Now you're adding CP more into the mix now with the Kyle Pitts and the Bijan Robinson. Ridder's like, oh shit, my offense is stacked.
This is another thing.
Then you add another body. You add another body like Jonnu Smith. That's a freaking tower right there, dude.
A lot of weapons.
Got targets. This guy's got
a lot of weapons. A lot of weapons. And that's why I would say that's another reason why we don't have to, we have to be traditional and have a number 2 just to say, oh, that number 2 receiver, he's nice. It looked good on paper, but we got so many weapons it don't even matter. It really don't. I promise.
So you're looking at certain games this year from your schedule that by the time you get to maybe that Houston game, week 5 or so, week 6, I think it is, you're going to have fans looking at, damn, Drake eating, Pitts eating, Patterson eating. And most teams are going to scout this. They're going to say, damn, what the hell? And you know what's going to happen in that Houston game? Mac Hollins catches 2 touchdowns. Scotty Miller catches 2 touchdowns. You're not going to be expecting certain things because you're so worried about these star players on the offense.
Yeah, shit's going to happen like that. I know because I play fantasy football.
For real.
Sit there, yeah. All right, Bijan eating. Next thing you know, Mac Hollins going to have 3 touchdowns. I'm like, what the fuck?
Where did this come from? It came in last year when what was the tight end Pruitt?
Yeah, Michael Pruitt.
When Pruitt got into the game, fans were like, the diehards that knew Pruitt was like, oh, he might score a touchdown or 2. Like he's that guy. In our organization, not saying in the NFL, like he's Kittle. No, I'm just saying he's that guy right now today on the field. So you got to watch him. And then the pass that Ridder had, we threw to him, bam, the touchdown too as well. So it's good to see that other players are going to be eating in this roster. Other players are going to be eating with this offense. We haven't even talked about much of the defense too as well this on tonight's episode. But Jesse Bates, Jeff Okudah, AJ Terrell, Grady Jarrett, David Omanyata, Eddie Goldman, Calais Campbell, Troy Anderson, Michael Walker. They're going to be eating. They're stacked.
Yeah, the most offensive episode.
Richie Grant. Oh, I forgot Zoe Carter, Bud Dupree. what more do you want me to say? We about to be eating.
Yes,
Chase?
I'm ready, dog. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see a top 10 defense. I don't give a damn if we a top 15. Just somewhere, some defense getting the ball off the field and putting it in Ridder's hands. I'm ready.
I'm looking at this. What I'm looking at. You winning the games 23-19. Teams driving the ball down the field. They're getting down into the red zone. I don't know. Let's give it to
Tyler.
Pick a team that we're playing this year. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. Okay. The Jets. You Jets fans that watch my podcast are going to love this. We're winning 23-19. It's cold December day in New York, Jersey. Rodgers is running down the field. 2-minute warning. They cross the 50. They're moving. They're getting ready to set up and score a touchdown. People know Rodgers in this moment. And right there,
Clark Phillip interception.
Or Jesse Bates. Or
Yeah,
Jesse
no.
Bates.
Yeah, no doubt.
No run back, just slide. Jets were down to one timeout. Ritter takes a couple knees. We head back to Atlanta following week with a dub. That's what I'm looking at this year. Looking at players that's going to step up in situations where, damn, we needed that Jesse Bates at last year for this moment. Damn, we needed Calais Campbell last year at this moment. Damn, we needed David Omeniata last year at this moment. That's what I'm looking at this year. Players who wasn't here last year, who's going to improve our roster this year. And you have to be excited about what you see on paper. This team's about to come out here and fight like hell.
Yeah.
95 North Falcons talk show said, "What's good, bros? 12-5. He's calling it.
Tell him, Berto.
Folks with it.
Let him know.
He's calling it.
What's good, Coy?
Corey Bishop.
Lisa Shepard said predictions on all-purpose yards for Bijan. Myles Garrett said what? 2,000?
I said 2,000.
I
I don't know if
I give him
I'll say
15.
2,000.
I give him 15.
I had to give him at least between 1,000 and 15. I give him 15.
Yeah.
I give him 15. But
That
the
boy,
question
that
with
boy come out and
Bijan,
put 2,000. You got to get him rookie of the year.
he's already
Easy.
number one in Vegas running for rookie of the year.
Easily. Tell you he going top 5 in fantasy.
Sure.
Vegas looked at all them rookies and said, "Nah, it's that kid in Atlanta." Sheesh.
Sheesh.
Scotty Miller is also good on jet sweeps, Dave.
Very
That is
fast.
also a big part of what Arthur Smith wants to run with this playbook. I don't think he got much with Demir Bird or Zacchaeus on those type of plays in the past, but now you have a Scotty Miller. It does change your offense bringing over certain players. Mac Hollins, we talked about this. I think PFF had that information out. He's one of the top 5 receivers as a wide receiver too, running in routes and drag routes.
Yeah.
Also one of the top blocking wide receiver 2s in the league too as well.
Exactly. That's probably the main reason why he's here.
You're going to see a lot of that.
Guy.
It plays into the coaching now. It goes to Arthur Smith on. They're looking up Mac Hollins. Okay, this is what Hollins can do. All right. Yeah, I remember some tape. Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah, I talked to coach. Yeah. Yeah, he's really good at this. And then you put him out there in the field and you watch what coach go do now.
Yeah. And then let's not forget Mac Hollins had about 700 yards receiving and about 4 touchdowns last year. So that's not nothing to scoff at right there.
Lavelle's in the chat. It said B7 is about to explode on the league. Shout out to Lavelle in the chat. You damn sure right about that, man.
B7, that sounds like a new bomb in the military.
God, it is in the backfield.
Damn.
His name is
B7.
God. Starling Woods is here.
Blow shit up.
Sterling said, "I know Smith will get the rushing yards. Will Smith will get the passing yards. We picked the tight end at 42 years ago. I want to see more of Pitts. London, Bijan, Tyler, CP. I haven't even named Drake. Haven't even named Jonnu.
Bruh.
Red zone's looking so stacked.
Put my 11-year-old out there. And he'll get everybody lit. Actually, the Panthers got an 11-year-old on their team throwing.
Sheesh. Oh, 90 man.
Sheesh, Pamela Johnson. The defense is going to create havoc on the opposing team. I can't wait.
40 plus sacks.
40 plus sacks out of your Falcon mind. 40 plus sacks is definitely a playoff team. I'll answer for Mike. 17-0 in the Super Bowl, baby. Out of his Falcon mind.
Come on,
Mike out of his Falcon mind, and I'm with it. I'm with it.
Falcon fans, hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. We're almost at 400 subscribers. So tell a Falcon friend, tell your Falcons family. Let's get to 400 subscribers. I think it's like 2, 3, 4 away. I don't know how close we are, but let's get there quickly so that way we can get to 1,000 by the end of the year. We're turning up. We're rising up with the team. We believe in the team, the organization. There's no bashing here on the podcast when it comes to our players, when it comes to, the fan base. We talk about things. We're not going to bash and, start beating down the players. But Drake's true statements in the chat. It said, Chase, I don't even think we sneak into the playoffs. We kicking the door down. Boom. Who is it? OTF. No, it is. It's the Falcons. God. Wallace Smith is here. What's going on, fellas? We're going to do more than just run the damn ball. We'll be more balanced too as well. You already know what it is when it comes to this offense.
Yeah, man.
The team is going to be creative in using Bijan, in using Tyler, in using CP. That right there is going to get you a lot of first downs on the teams like Houston, your Cardinals, the Panthers, the Saints. And then you add the passing game into there too as well of what Pitts can do, what CP can do in the passing game. We ain't talk about that much. What Bijan's going to do in the passing game, what Algier can do in the checkdowns, what London can do stretching the field, what Miller can do stretching the field. We don't know even if Corey Davis is going to be available come June 1st, if he's going to be added to a roster like this. A lot of Falcon fans have talked about it. People on social media talked about it, and it's possible now hearing that Renfro from the Raiders could possibly be available come
Alberto
June 1st.
from 95 North Talk Show just put a good short out about potential receiver targets. Check that out.
95 North Talk Show, Alberto.
Yep.
Alberto, that's another diehard Atlanta Falcon fan who has some great content too as well. This young man right here. And he also has friends with Smitty and some other people too as well that work in the Falcons fan community with putting out great content. Smitty has his show. 95 North has his show too as well, Alberto, but they always put out some good things. So Chase, for you to bring up something like that relates to what we're talking about tonight is also big because we do listen to a lot of other content creators. And if it's possible that Renfro is available and you go target him, he would make a big addition to this roster too as well. He'd be a big piece to this offense. Even a Corey Davis, who some fans will say, yeah, he's injury prone. No, don't get him. No, we don't want no more Tennessee Titan throwbacks. You still have a piece who I think Corey Davis versus the Mac Hollins, I would kind of lean Corey more for what this offense wants to be. You need like a slasher, and Corey can be that when it comes to like route running.
Mac can do that though. We're gonna talk about what we got.
That is true. Not discrediting Mac, because we've seen some plays from Mac where he's stretching 2-3 defenders down the field too as well on some fly routes. We've also seen some slant routes too as well. I ain't gonna call him slant man like Michael Thomas, but I've seen some plays from Mac Hollins where when Carr was looking for him or in his pass offenses when he was trying to get the ball and they saw him, he's there. He catches the ball, he moves the chains. But you're so worried about Pitts and Patterson and Robinson and Drake that you forget about Jonnu. You forget about Hollins. You forget about Scotty
That's
Miller.
my thing.
That's what we want teams to do because that's when they're going to capitalize on it. Bodie?
That's my thing. I was going to say, this team, it reminds me of a better Tennessee Titans 2020 team. Like that team, Derrick Henry was everything. He rushed for 2,000 yards on that team. I don't know if y'all know. He rushed for 2,000 yards, but, you know, our running game is like we got more talent than that team do.
Yeah.
But I think Arthur wants to set this team up just like that 2020 team where Tannehill threw for 33 touchdowns and like single digits interceptions. He threw for like 3,800 yards.
It's potential MVP talk.
Yeah, something like that. And shoot, like I said, we got more talent. Like Kyle Pitts is he's a better Jonnu Smith, who was ironically on his roster too. And that was Jonnu's breakout year when he showed his ass. I mean, we have more talent than that team does, and they went 11-5. So when everything was clicking for that team, they went 11-5 and win the playoffs, looking good. So this team can be a better version of that team. If that team go 11-5, then this team, sky's the limit. 12 and 6. No, 12-5, whatever.
12-5, 11-6.
Yeah.
The numbers keep coming out 10-7, so it's possible that we're going to have a winning record. And Vegas says 7. Vegas says 7. I'm giving 10, at least 10.
Yeah.
And you know, Arthur Smith is known for just exceeding expectations. You see, last year was supposed to win 2 games.
Yep. Bodie, Ben Wade, Chase, who's our biggest threat?
As an opponent schedule? Or to take off the top?
If you're going on offense-wise, biggest threat on our team, I'm still going to go with Pitts.
I'm going Bijan, man.
Well, shit.
Bijan, you can probably say Bijan. I'm
going to say
it's 100% Pitts.
People are scheming around Bijan and Pitts. Both of them. It's Bijan. Bijan is the engine that runs this train. He's going to be.
If you're going off of opponents, NFC-wise, you always got to look for the team that was close enough last year, Philly. You're going to have to get to the NFC. I'm telling you right now, Falcon fans, I love my diehard Falcon fan base. I love my team, my organization. But if you end up having a game in the playoffs where you have to go to Philadelphia, it is a very hostile environment. And that's just in the stands. And, of course, you know, if they've made it that far, then their play on the field is going to be up there too as well. So Philly, I would have to say, in our division, I don't see no biggest threat. I'm not worried about none of these teams. I think a lot of those teams have downgraded. Carolina kind of did a little bit something, but they're unsure. Dude, their quarterback is like
5'8".
It's like this tall. Like I don't know if y'all seen the
Carolina-
pictures of the videos. Like he's like a little guy. You know what I'm saying?
Carolina did stuff for future seasons. Don't
Mhm.
worry about them. We'll see what they do later. Right now, they're babies, okay, and we're not. We're ready. I mean, we're
I'm
babies
looking at
too,
that
but you know,
rookie
we're better.
video that just popped out, Bodie, and they're showing all the rookies. And then the first comment is like, "Where's Bryce Young? You can't even see Bryce Young in the video, bro. All the linemen and running backs and wide receivers, and then you can see like a guy like with this hair like just poking out
standing
in between
Sted.
two linemen, bro. And they're like, "Oh, cuz Bryce is right there. You can't even see him, bro." So I'm like, no way in hell we're finna get slapped up by this kid right here.
Crazy.
No way. I understand what he did in college, but no way in hell.
It's crazy these Bulldogs and face Bryce Young all these years, and now it's just all of a sudden he's short. I mean, he's been short, but like it's just it's really apparent now. I guess he's playing with these superhumans on these NFL teams now. It's really showing how short this dude is. He is a short guy.
What was it? Sims wouldn't even make his own damn list.
Sims wouldn't be top 80, bro. He was ass. Chris and his brother was ass too.
They were not the whole family tree.
Yeah. I got something for everybody.
Ben Wade, Terry Fontenot's done a great job. Rise up. We got a couple minutes here before we get up out of here.
Ben Wade.
Ben Wade, shout out to Ben Wade too. Diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. I think he's working on a Rise Up tour piece too as well.
Hey.
So we'll get to hear that maybe shortly. Hopefully before the season starts. But yeah, we'll play it here on One Time for the Fan. We have no problem with that too as well. Let's see. CBS was hating on Ritter. We know about that. Nick Penikoff did simulate the Falcons season on PFF 11-6. I'll take it. Best defenders under 25 years old came out, Chase. And I'm glad, you're always in the One Time for the Fan chat. Great podcaster. And you always share a lot of information for us. But with the information popping out about the top the top defenders under 25. Mm-hmm. Trayvon Diggs on the list.
Yeah. Yep.
Tyreek Woolen is on the list from Seattle. AJ Terrell is also on the list. Patrick Surtain, Sauce Gardner, and number 1, Michael Parsons.
This is the best defender. All of them are corners except Michael Parsons.
Yeah. It's kind of weird how they do it. They're just using it as top defenders under 25. So we could say, top defensive players under 25. I guess PFF kind of jacked it up when they did it. But you're looking at 4 corners and you're looking at Michael Parsons, like, okay. But then again, you saw what Michael Parsons did too as well.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have gone wrong with either pick. When the people was like, draft Parsons, no draft Pitts, no draft Parsons. You wouldn't have gone wrong with either pick.
Yeah.
But I must say, for AJ Terrell's name still being that top defenders under 25, it just shows now as we flip to the other side of the ball, your defense, you have a guy over there that you can trust for a very long time. He's been solid since he came into the league. And years later, he is still putting in numbers, putting in that work that is making people like PFF notice, the league notice, fans notice, and other teams notice. You better be careful throwing it to Terrell Allen. Better be very careful throwing it over there. So, Chase, hearing AJ Terrell being one of the top defenders in the league or top defensive players in the league under 25, where does that have you now looking at your defense when you hear things like this with AJ Terrell?
Man, it's no surprise. AJ came in the league and took the Falcons defense under his arms, really. I mean, when you think about Terrell, you're thinking about a leader. This guy's over the cornerback room. He just everything he does, man, from man to man to zone, the kid can tackle. He's got good hands and he's fast. That builds a perfect cornerback. So I'm a huge fan of Terrell, man. And to bring in Okudah and draft Clark Phillips III, I think it's huge to have players like that because they mimic what Terrell does. When Okudah came out, I was huge on Okudah. I was cool with drafting him over Terrell. So when you look at it like that and Terrell come out and just shine the way he does, I think it's huge. Like I said, it's no surprise to see Terrell. I'd say he's better than Michael Parsons. I mean, if you're talking about defender-wise, you could put him at number 1. So, yeah, he's definitely a top 5 defender in the league.
Dave, asked a question here. Are you guys concerned about the second level of the defense in coverage? No, I think we've improved.
Very much.
on a lot, from depth to starting positions. And now you can free float Richie Grant a little bit more where you want him in your run game or in your box safety position, however you want. Jesse Bates over the top. Well, you know what he's going to bring to the Falcons, what he's done in Cincinnati. Your corners, Jeff Okudah, highly recruited kid too as well in college, coming out of Ohio State, and you've seen what's going on now. His career with the Lions and now coming over here. You pair him with AJ Terrell. Mike Hughes is in the slot. Plus,
That's
you got
another
Clark
one, Mike
Phillips
Hughes.
too as well. So many pieces. This offense, and this defense is looking much better. But no, I'm not concerned at all on the second level of defense. Bo, are you concerned with the second level of defense right now in the secondary?
The second level defense will be better because our pass rush is better.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
They had to run around and chase people. People had all day to throw because we couldn't get to the quarterback. That in turn will make our secondary better because we will get more sacks guaranteed this season. So it's going to be, we're not going to be as bad in the secondary. So I'm not worried about the secondary. We're going to be fine. I hope Jeff Okudah come out and have a Pro Bowl season next to damn AJ Terrell. Because
the boy's working, boy.
This is going to be the best defense he's ever played on.
Mm-hmm. What's good, Smitty?
Smitty Sports Machine in the chat. Diehard Atlanta Falcon fan, also content creator.
My phone, hey, shout out to Smitty. My phone be pinging, ping, 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 because Smitty be throwing them videos out there.
Smitty out of your fucking mind.
Let's debate. Let's have fun.
There's so many content creators
Smitty,
out here with the Falcons community. But, of course, with Smitty, he's been a guest here on the podcast. I believe we've also had a bunch of podcasts where we're on Out of Your Falcons Mind. We might do a mashup on somewhere else's podcast. But Smitty, another content creator who talks about the Falcons, 95 North, Out of Your Falcons Mind. They've all been guests here on One Time for the Fans. So when it comes to talking with other content creators, we open up the platform. We open up the floor because
I think we got to get pound for pound on.
You got to get pound for pound. Wish pound for pound hit us up about a a content creators meetup that we're going to plan probably later on this year.
We lit
get all the creators out and never know, probably go live on just everybody's platform. You never know, but everybody has the Falcons fan base listening and watching to find out, what we have to say. And shout out to you all because here at One Time for the Fan, Bodie knows, Chase knows, we talk about it in the chat all the time. What can we bring to the channel for fans? What can we do, for fans? Of course, we love the Falcons team, the organization, and we want to see the team win. So trust us when we tell you we talk about the fans all the time in a positive way. So rise up to everybody who's here in the chat. Vincent Coakley's here.
That's good, Vincent.
That was good.
Diehard Falcon fan who was on the channel. The Chateau. He was on the chat with us too as well, on the podcast with us recently. Dave said, I love it when the content creators support each other. That is true, Dave.
Absolutely.
We all repping the same thing. We all repping the A.
Most of us support each other.
Because we're not Lakers fans, we're just kind of upset. Smitty, Sports Machines, up in the chat again. He said, I think London is our biggest weapon because Ritter is most comfortable with him.
Yeah, I can see that.
But he didn't even get to throw to Kyle Pitts yet, Smitty. Wait till he throw the big Mitt Pitts. Hey, that kind of rhymes. But yeah, just wait. It's gonna be
chat is going crazy as we're getting ready to wrap up the show. Bodie, AJ Terrell, one of the best defenders under 25 years old. It's a lot of promise for Falcons fans, a lot of hope going forward for a young guy like AJ. And you got Jeff Okudah now, and this defense looking much better. We drafted AJ. We're glad he's here. We're paying AJ pretty well to go out there and ball out. Your thoughts on AJ Terrell being still one of the best defenders or defensive players in the league under 25 years of age?
That's easy. I ain't even got to talk about that much. Chase said it all, really. But look, I'll do you one better. PFF got a list out of the best 25 under 25. And we got 3 Falcons on that thing.
Come on. Preach.
All right. Should be 4, but it will be after this season. And you can pretty much guess who those 3 Falcons are. Good old Drake, Kyle, and AJ.
Yes, sir.
It will be Bijan will be on this fucking list.
Yes, sir.
Next season. But they can't give it to him yet because he ain't touched the field yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I mean, it's promising. The future is so bright. We got young stars. All these cats are like 23 and under, and we're gonna be good for a long time.
So what you're telling me is,
a long time.
If we're looking at it before we get up out of here, the Falcons have possibly, of course, a top 10 tight end in the league, right? Top 10.
Top 5.
Top 5.
I say top 5.
Some would argue top 5. I guess the injury to the season.
But
we'll
definitely 1,000% top 10.
Top 10.
Yeah.
So top 10 tight end in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You have the number 1 guard in the league.
Easily.
You have possibly the number 1 running back in the league. Possibly. He hasn't touched the field yet, so we just got to say possibly.
Yeah.
You have probably a top 5 corner in AJ Terrell.
So. I would say so.
And you have a top 5 safety in Jesse Bates.
I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a lot of top on your team.
It's a lot of talent.
A lot of
both sides
talent
of the
too
ball.
as well.
Young talent.
It sounds like that's a team that's ready to go win some games.
I'm ready, bro.
Am I not lying? I mean, Caleb McGarry, if you want to say it,
like
he was one of the
Super
top
Bowls.
tackles in the league last year too.
Yep.
It sounds to me like this is a team that has way more than enough talent to go out there and beat the Panthers week 1.
Yeah,
And go beat
it's
the Lions.
another CBS bowl job.
I wasn't even worried about that.
Beat the Packers week 2, beat the Lions week 3, head to London and give the Jags one hell of a battle.
Spank that ass. Ain't no battle.
Come back, beat the Texans. Your toughest game, once you get past that Jaguars game, might just be your division rival with the Bucs down there in week 7. Which you might be 6-1, 7-0, or 5-2. It's possible.
Sheesh.
I don't see you having a losing record going into that Bucs game. I don't see it.
No.
I do not see it.
Yeah,
I don't see us having a losing record this season. Period.
facts.
This is big. That's what Falcons fans want. Smitty Sports Machine says all about execution.
Yep, it's all on Smith's shoulders, man. The talent's there on the roster.
Yeah.
Falcon fans, I know you guys want to see those Falcons. Chase, I know you want to see him too. Bodie, we know you want to see him. And I do too. And that's why the Falcons have put out the Falcons' first look. Come to the Mercedes-Benz June the 2nd.
Yep.
Friday, June 2nd. It's going to be
Gates
at 12 o'clock, I believe, Chase. 12 o'clock.
Yeah, the gates open at 12:30.
Falcon fans, you know we was out there last year. This is a good event for you to come out there and meet some of the players. Yes, meet some of the players. Because they're probably going to be on the field walking around. Now, I don't know if this is the first look where they're going to have the players in the, practicing on the field and you're in the stands watching. But in the past, they've had things where you can walk along the field. Terry will come out and talk, and there's no practice. It's like players taking pictures over here, players talking over here, 92.9 doing their stuff, different stuff. But if this is the first look practice, then we're going to see some.
From what I've read,
the first look of the vanilla offense they're going to be running out there for the fans.
From what I read, it's a practice, and then it's a practice, and then it's a live scrimmage. From what I've read.
So if we're going off of that, Falcons fans, this is looking like we're going to get a chance to see shorts and T-shirts because the pads don't come out until July. But you're going to get a chance to see your Bijan Robinson. You're going to get a chance to see your Drake London, and maybe you might even see Kyle Pitts. We don't know. This is the question that people can answer. Is Kyle Pitts going to be out there running in the drills, doing some of the warm-ups? That would be good to see. But I don't think he's going to go out there, of course, 11 on 11, 7 on 7. Nah, I want to see him at least doing some of the drills. That's going to give me a good feeling to come back. Because we're going to come and talk about it on the podcast the following Sunday. And people are going to want to know what is going on out there. What do you see? Because there are some fans that are entertained by how good do they look in shorts and T-shirts.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine with that. It's Falcons football. Oh, yeah, Drake London caught 50 passes today. He was staying on the sideline.
You better leave them fans alone, man.
Wasn't even rule to catch.
They going to get on to your ass. You leave them fans alone. They want to see if he turned real good in them shorts and T-shirt, man. Let them live. Let them live.
Falcons Commander 2023 first look practice. Go ATL Falcons. Commander's in the building. Jeff Wolf said he's going to practice. Jeff Wolf, did you pay your membership?
We in there, Jeff.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to be there at 8 a.m. in the morning, Jeff. Gates open
Jeff
for
Wolf,
12:30.
gates open at 12:30. You do not need to be there at 5 a.m.
We know Jack will be there. He'll be serving hot dogs.
Sheesh. One time for the fan. Once again, we have a lot going on this year with the Falcons. We are going on the road, Falcons fans. We're going to be at the home games, and we are going on the road. The Rise Up Tour. We have a lot going on, so please check out the Rise Up Tour on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram too as well. The Rise Up Tour on Twitter. But of course, we're going to London. We're going to Detroit. We're going to Arizona. All these away games. So if you want to be a part of this Falcons fan base that is just really showing up in numbers on the road, please come on out and be a part of what the Rise Up Tour has going on. Chase, Bodie, we're going to hit the road this year. You already know we're going to be at the home games this year. We're going to be at the open practices this year. So much content we can push for Falcon fans to know that One Time for the Fan is here for the fans. So shout out to you all. Once again, Rise Up. Chase, Bodie, any final words, any final thoughts before we get up out of here tonight?
Man, shout out everybody tuning in tonight, all the new subscribers. 2 subscribers away from 400, man. We appreciate all y'all. Appreciate everybody just keeping a conversation in the chat. Somebody, whatever you comment, we feed off of that. We keep the show rolling with that. So just appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all, boys. Yeah, man. Let's go. I'm ready for some football.
Falcon fans, I know some might like to fast forward to the end of the episode to find out what we're talking about. So here's a quick recap for you. We talked about the hate for Desmond Ridder tonight. Talked about the best defenders in the league under 25 years of age. Of course, Asia Terrell is still in there too as well. The team looks prepared and ready to go win. Shout out to Nick Pentecoff, who did the PFF simulator that has the Falcons going 11-6. Vegas gave us, I think, 7. So we're going to take 10 wins or more. But we do know that this team is looking really good. First Look Falcons is coming up June the 2nd too as well. Bodie, 3,000. Oh, advances tomorrow, so don't get sleepy on me now, sir.
It's coming up that close, huh? It's like
I'm just saying we can take the 4 sim because I'm 5-2. I'm looking for a dub. Pressure. But I'm telling you right now, I'm looking for a dub. So if you want to play in the Madden tonight, I can post the stream here in the chats for those that want to watch. Or if you want to play tomorrow before advance, then we can too as well. Or if you want to DM me, we can. We can talk about it here on the podcast. It's on Apple. It's on Spotify. It's on Google. We ain't got to talk about it here so everybody can know. But it's on you, Bodie. 3,000.
But who you rocking with?
We had to play, huh? Oh, I got the Panthers on the game just to play.
Did you start Bryce Young
in the division? Are you serious? I'm not playing with them other cats. Andy Dalton.
Sending the info to Zach Harrison right now.
Listen. We can play right after this show. Let's go ahead and knock it out because I know you gotta heat the buns at the stadium. So
if y'all want to see Bijan Robinson go off, about to post it in the chat.
Jump right on. Jump right on. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody showing up tonight. Shout out to everybody about to see me slap this dude up in Madden so he can shut up. Shout out to
yeah, I'm doing it.
Shout out to just shout out to the Falcons, man. We here. We're gonna win some games. We're gonna win some games this season. So and we're gonna be here talking about it every step of the way. So shout out.
Falcon fans, it's great to talk Falcons football with you all. I just posted the stream right there in the chat. I'm not live yet, but that's the stream on Twitch. For those that do not know, we're in an updated Madden roster league. So we have all the players on every team. We have 32 users. And there's some good players in there, I must say. God, the PS5 next to you. God,
right next to me.
There's some good players. I must say, there's some good players in this Madden league. I lost my first game the other day. I actually got 2 back-to-back losses. I lost to the 49ers and I lost to the Bengals.
God, because you
49ers were running these glitch plays, though. He got Deebo Samuels on juice. You know what I'm saying?
Tonight he's going to be talking about me running glitch plays. So
but yeah, lost to the 49ers, lost to the Bengals. So I was 5-0, and now I'm 5-2. I'm trying to get back. And the only way to get back is to play Bodie. And Bodie got the Panthers, and I play him next. So I'm going to let you know right now, you see the stream in the chat. Tune in. We're going to crank it up in about less than 10 minutes. Jack Spade versus Bodie. And you saw the catch that Bijan made the other day, Chase, on 2 defenders. You saw Desmond Ritter's 80-yard run that I put up on the Bucks, down 17, came back and won 28-20. Had the month cut off the game with 2 seconds left to go in the game. I said, "What'd you do that for?" He said, "You don't know how to play football." I said, "I've been playing football all my life." He said, "No, you don't, because you don't score on nobody when it's 2 seconds left in the game if you got the ball." I said, "Well, I'm running the scoreboard up. I need stats. This is called stat padding, and I'm stat padding on you." So he said, "What I'm gonna do is concede." I said, "Well, guess what? You about to get kicked out." And I talked to the commish, and he got kicked out.
Damn.
6'9".
We don't play them games in the Madden. Don't back out the game with 2 seconds left to go.
Shit.
Jack Spade versus Bodie coming up in the Madden. Panthers, Falcons. Battle of first place versus fourth. Tune in.
Why are you doing it like that?
Nah, he's my brother, man. Tune in, Falcons fans. We want to make sure everybody has a great time this summer. Once again, tune into Falcons, all the content creators that they have going on out here. One Time for the Fan is out here to be your one-stop shop when it comes to Falcons content. So tune into us next week, Sunday. We'll have another great episode talking Falcons football with you all. Might have a special guest, might not. We're working on a lot of people to come here to the podcast. But overall, we love talking Falcons football with every single one of you. So we'll see you then. Chase, Bodie, I talked to our engineer who's helping us out. It's not Metro Boomin, but he's helping us out with some outro music. So he said until you get the outro music together, he said just play the acoustic cinematic. Everybody's loving it.
Not
So,
the acoustic.
We'll see you on the next
Put me
episode.
to sleep before this game.
And hopefully we'll have our outro together.
Play some pop or something, man.
I ain't worried about it.
I got Lofi. This one's called Lofi. Okay, Nah, we're out of here. No, we're not doing that no more. One time for the fan. We'll see y'all next week, Sunday, 8 o'clock. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button.
Peace.
Yeah.
One time.
All right, Bodie.